I'm sorry I'm late, but wouldn't you know it, Sheila would insist on dropping me at Harrods, and then I couldn't get a taxi in the rain for ages.
Why at Harrods?
She thought I was lunching there with Carissa.
Were you till I called?
No. Carissa's out with David Fenner, actually, and Sheila thinks that I'm out with Carissa. That makes everybody happy. You put off going to Italy?
No, my plane doesn't leave until 4.
Oh. What's that?
Sherry, would you like one?
Please.
Miss? Could we have another sherry, please?
Yes. David, why did you call?
Because I wanted to.
You know, I've never had lunch with anyone alone before.
Well, how are you liking it?
A lot.
A lot more than your stepmother would if she knew you were here. She wouldn't like it, would she?
No.
What, going out to lunch or going out to lunch with me? Well, I guess that's it.
Could be.
Why, because I played the drums?
Well, that's what I thought at first, but I don't think it could be that. You know, it isn't only Sheila who doesn't approve, it's Daddy, too.
Have you been in conference all night about them?
No, it was at breakfast. Sheila said that she was sorry she introduced you to me and that you were a very undesirable fellow. Daddy nodded.
And what did you do?
He said you were very desirable. And then they changed the subject. David,
It's a good idea. Let's us change the subject, too. May I return the compliment?
What compliment?
About being desirable.
David.
Jane, can we meet again after I come back from Italy?
Yes, I'd like that. How long will you be away?
Well, I don't know. It depends on my great-uncle's condition. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, ages.
Well, that isn't such a long time. Besides, you'll be dancing all the time.
Yes, I suppose so.
I hope you enjoy it.
I'll try.
Oh, and keep off David Fenner's mother as a topic, darling. Rosie died of boredom. Charlie Fenner killed her, and there's nothing we can do about it now.
I expect they're in the bar.
I'll go and see about the table.
Would you, darling?
Oh, there they are.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, darling. I say, you look smart.
Oh, goodness gracious, there has to be a lot more chairs. I tell you what, Jane, darling, you come and sit next to Carissa. I want to sit next to your mother and have a good chat. I've got something to tell you, sweetheart. Oh, wait a minute. Would you be kind enough to bring us 2 more chairs? Put them right here.
Darling, it's David Fenner turned up yet?
David Fenner? No, is he coming?
Yes.
But, darling, you said you didn't know his telephone number.
Mabel, you gave it to me.
Oh, did I?
This morning on the telephone. I mean, you must remember.
Oh, vaguely, darling, very vaguely. Oh, thank you so much. Would you put it right here? That's gorgeous.
Hello, Lady Broadbent. Lady Claremont.
David.
Hello, Jane.
Do sit down,
Hello,
dear
Clarissa.
boy.
Thank you. I'm awfully sorry I'm late. It was devilish trying to park.
Did you find somewhere nice to park?
Yes, thanks. Miles away there. Quags are so packed tonight, I had to park almost back outside my club.
Why didn't you take a taxi?
I thought of that. But if I had, I'd have had to take one back again to get the car.
Very true, you know.
Yes, everything seems fine. We'll have a drink or 2 in the bar first.
Whenever you like, Lord. Thank you, my lord.
Oh. Good night. David, I love you. Don't you want me to?
Yes. But there's something I want to tell you.
Is it about Brenda Bassington?
No. Do you remember I told you that my uncle died? Well, I'm his heir, so I'm not David Parkson anymore.
Who are you then?
Well, I know it sounds kind of silly, but I didn't want to use it here, but the papers will have it tomorrow. Well, Jane, I'm the Duke of Positano. Oh, do you mind?
No. Should I?
Well, it means I'll have to live there half the year.
Where, Italy?
Florence. There's a sort of a palace there, but it's much too big to live in. But there's a villa in Capri, which...
Oh, darling, what a lot of housekeeping.
You know how relieved I am you've taken it this way. Jen, you wouldn't,
But so what?
Well, that's not it, Jane. It's his reputation.
Oh, honestly, Daddy, to have a hate against poor David because he slipped up just once is...
Is it just once?
Well, it was, wasn't it?
Oh, we hope so.
You know, you think Sheila didn't know a thing. You ought to educate her, Daddy.
In what way?
Well, every young man does that sort of thing, provided he gets the opportunity.
Indeed.
Or didn't they do things like that in your day?
Are you speaking generally or asking me a question?
Daddy, who was the first woman you ever made love to?
Sylvia O'Brien.
Who was she?
She was the vicar's daughter in our village.
Was she beautiful?
No, striking is the word.
And did you kiss her?
Certainly.
Where?
The usual place round about the mouth.
Oh, I don't mean that. I mean where? In the garden or the river? You know what I mean.
Well, I kissed her in the graveyard after evensong.
Oh, Daddy, what a rip you were. How old were you?
13. She was 9.
What happened to her?
She went home for tea.
When did you ever make love to someone really, you know?
Oh, years later.
What was her name?
Solange.
Solange.
She was French.
And where did you make love to Solange?
Met a house in Paris.
In her own home?
No, not exactly. She worked there.
Oh, she was a maid?
No, not exactly.
Oh, Daddy, you're wicked. You're almost as bad as David is. You know, Daddy, I love you. Sometimes I don't know what I'd do without you.
Me?
Yes, because you're on my side, aren't you?
No, I haven't said so.
No, I know, but then you can't because of Sheila and convention. I can understand all that.
Very broad-minded of him. Good night, darling.
Good night, Daddy.
I came here especially to see you.
Why on earth?
Because I want to marry you.
Oh, don't be silly.
But I do.
Whatever for?
Because I love you. I do love you, Jane. Really, I do. I've loved you ever since that first night at Mrs. Arthur Milligan's ball.
You've got a funny way of showing it.
How do you mean?
Attacking me last night. Really, David?
But, Jane, I am in love with you.
Well, I'm not in love with you.
Then who are you in love with?
Nobody.
You're lying. You're in love with David Parkson.
Oh, don't be silly.
Well, who then?
With nobody, I said.
I don't believe you. I'm in love with someone all the time.
Then you're oversexed.
Well, I can't help it if I am.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't either.
But you've got to.
David, go away.
No, I won't, Jane. Jane, I must kiss you. I felt so awful ever since I wanted to. Come here, Jane.
David, will you leave go? David, how can you in the morning? David, I'll call Daddy if you don't. I'll scream.
Oh, well, scream then. I just don't care.
Oh.
Jane, darling.
Oh, Sheila.
Oh, dearest boy.
Good morning, Lady Broadbent. Goodbye, Jane.
Goodbye, David.
Goodbye, Lady Broadbent.
You're not going.
I'm afraid I'm on duty at 10. I hope we meet again.
Well, of course we will. Tonight at the ball.
Oh, good.
David, you wouldn't care to dine with us tonight, would you?
Oh, Sheila, honestly.
But darling, we haven't anyone else.
If he comes, I'm not going.
David, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Goodbye, Lady Broadbent.
Goodbye.
You don't look so bad to me yourself.
Let's go. My car's outside.
Sheila! Oh. Sheila! Oh, do come this way. Would you mind putting our bags in the front seat?
Who's that?
It's Mabel Claremont and her daughter. She's Sheila's second cousin twice removed, and twice isn't far enough.
Why? What's wrong with her? I think she looks like fun.
Well, she is really, but Jimmy thinks she talks a bit too much.
Her tongue runs on atomic energy.
Oh, Sheila, darling, I haven't
Hello.
seen you since the wedding.
How are you?
Hello, Jimmy. You
Hello.
know Clarissa, don't you?
Hello.
Yes.
Who's this?
Oh, my daughter Jane.
Your daughter?
Yes, she just got off the plane from America.
Oh, but of course. I forgot you were married before to an American, weren't you? But what a lovely child she is. How old are you, dear?
17.
Oh, but how wonderful. You know, Sheila, we're just down in London for the season. We nipped up to Scotland just to freshen Clarissa up for the weekend. You know, she's a debutante. She's coming out this year. Clarissa, darling.
Yes, Mummy?
Do tell Jane all about the season, won't you?
You know, we have to be going, darling. I've got a call, a business call at 7 o'clock.
Yes, Mabel, darling, do call us.
Oh, but darling, we can't part now. We can't possibly because I've got so much
Oh,
to
yes.
tell you. Oh, why don't we all squeeze into
well,
your car and I'll
well,
simply get rid of mine.
well.
Oh, yes, chauffeur, do be kind enough to bring my bags and put them in here, will you? Yes, oh, Jimmy, darling, do be an absolute angel and go and take care of me. It's just a hired car, sweetheart. Oh, isn't this lovely? Oh, I can't think of anything nicer than being married to a banker, darling. His tense body waiting for the telephone to stop ringing.
Well, let it go on ringing.
What difference will that make?
Well, if the fellow's at least a bit sensitive, he won't want all that buzzing, will he?
Jimmy, what are we to do?
I don't know, I'm all for bed.
Oh, how can you?
Oh, what else do you suggest?
Well, ring up the police.
What for?
Well, to tell them that Jane isn't in.
I doubt if they'll be interested.
Well, it's all your fault. You should have kept an eye on her.
Me? It's your fault, and you might as well face up to it. You and Mabel Claremont and the rest behaving like a lot of refined white slave traffickers. Well, look at you. You dress these wretched children up in silks and satins and throw them on the town to catch the eye of the young men.
Don't you want your daughter looking nice?
Not if it leads to this.
This was an accident.
An accident, indeed. We sit all summer waiting for a victim, like a fellow waiting for a tiger with a goat tied on a stake. And then when the tiger doesn't come, what do? Ring up the biggest man-eater in London and ask him in for a meal. And then when he carries the goat off into the bush somewhere, you say it's an accident. The whole thing is fundamentally immoral. Oh, David, where's Jane?
I'm afraid I don't know, sir.
Sheila. It's all right.
Well?
She's on the balcony.
Well, who will?
David Fenner.
Oh, thank heaven. Darling heart, you stay here.
David, what are you doing?
Jane.
David, stop this! David, Fenner, what on earth's the matter with you?
I love you, Jane. Let me kiss
I won't! David!
Something like da-da-da-da-dum, 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 bum-bum-bum-bum. Good, now you make straight for the exit and I'll be there.
All right, David.
Now, they mustn't be alone at Rhoda Gregson's for a minute.
That's right, you must watch them like a hawk.
What about you?
Don't worry, darling, I'll relieve you.
No. We must both watch them.
Right, we mustn't take our eye off them for a second, not a single second.
Hello, darling. They had a gorgeous dance.
Well, I think we ought to be going. Waiter! Soda quickly.
Can't stand the sight of you. It sticks out a mile. Why don't you give it up?
Why should I?
David, you wouldn't take me to a nightclub after the ball, would you? I don't mind.
Don't you?
No, it's your affair, not mine. If you're going to go all broody, why should it hurt me?
I don't know, really. I just thought it did.
You mean you think that I'm in love with you?
Well, yes. I did rather, actually.
Well, I'm not.
Sorry.
Now listen, after I finish, I'm going to be giving you a signal on the bongo drums.
Jimmy, I thought you were watching.
They're in there.
They're not.
What?
Away!
Jane, please.
What's that issue?
Jane.
Will you stop this nonsense? David! Anna, you've gone crazy!
Where's Jane?
Where's Parkson? There they go.
Hurry!
No, there's only one way to solve the problem as far as I can see.
But darling Robin, I asked you to come especially 3 weeks ago. And I sincerely hope that you would come, and I think you'll find...
I'm sorry, but I couldn't possibly come tonight.
I see.
It's my birthday, actually. I must say it's a smashing little job.
Sounds fun.
You know, she does 70 in turn. She's absolutely marvellous on corners.
Divine.
You know the Portsmouth Road, the A3? Yes, of course you do. There's an absolutely beastly corner round about Hindhead.
Sounds ghastly.
And climbing up around the Devil's Punch Bowl, she goes up there like a bomb.
Lord and Lady Broadbent and Miss Jane Broadbent, Mr. and Mrs. Cookson and the Mrs. Cookson, Sir Charles and Lady Heathergill and Miss May Heathergill, Lady Patricia Ealing, the Dowager Duchess of Drayton and Mr. Buddy Hardman, our Marshal Sir Edmund Dempster, Lady Dempster and Miss Sheila Dempster, Mr. John Hopgood, Ben and Baby Leibent, Lord and Lady Broadbent and Miss Jane Broadbent,
I've been wondering which car park we should aim at. Ascot High Street is supposed to be an absolute shambles. So I thought if we went through Windsor Great Park, then we could turn left and go right on to the course itself. Park on.
But the Queen's birthday parade, that's even more terrific.
Jimmy.
Yes, darling.
Darling, I've broken the news to Jane. I've told Mabel, and now they know all about it.
All about what?
all about 14th of July.
14th of July? You mean the Bastille?
No, darling, about Jane. About Jane's...
About my debut, Dad.
About her debut?
Yes, Jane's coming out ball on the 14th of July.
14th of July.
Oh, darling, your memory, it's unbelievable. Where's your diary? I spent my entire life doing it. Now, here we are. Now read it out aloud, or Mabel will think I've done the whole thing from jealousy.
The 14th of July, Jane's coming out ball.
Well done, darling. Oh, my love, you've been working too hard.
I'll be all right when I've had a drink.
Are you going to the ball tonight, Jane?
No, I think Jane should have a couple of days to sort of settle in.
Oh, I long to know which one she's starting off with. Whose is it, darling?
Well, you know, it's the next Friday, the St. Asaph, that's it.
That was last week, Mummy.
Oh, yes, how silly. Well, it's the
Mrs. Arthur Milligan. Oh, that's wonderful. We're going to...
You know, I should be making one of these for you.
And you know how just might take it?
Oh, no.
That's your sister.
Good, sir. I beg your pardon, sir.
Great heavens. How did you get here?
Well, actually, I went through Wilton Place and it cut out Hyde Park Corner. I'm on duty at 10.
Well, that's good. You have some breakfast?
No, thank you, sir. I've had mine.
You'd like a paper while I have mine?
No, thank you, sir. May I see Jane, please, sir?
I don't think she's awake yet.
Oh, dear. I'm on parade at 10.
So you said.
Sir? May I marry Jane, sir?
May you what?
Sir, marry Jane, sir.
Well, I don't know. You better ask her. She'll be in a minute.
Oh, good. Thank you, sir.
Date. You know, I think the Queen's got something there.
You know, darling, I've been a mother now for quite some time, but for the first time I'm really beginning to feel like one. It's absolutely wonderful. It's so nostalgic, sitting out the dances, watching like our mothers did when we came out.
I never came out.
What? Oh, my dear, I am so very sorry. Oh, naturally, I had sort of took it for granted. Oh, what a pity. It was money, I suppose, in those days.
No, Hitler.
Hitler? Mm. Oh, darling, don't tell me you weren't 17 before the war.
Oh, darling, I'm telling you.
Well, you know, actually, of course, I just barely made it myself. Oh, you poor darling, what a tragedy. You don't know what you missed.
Oh, she didn't miss a thing.
Sugar in your tea.
Oh, yes, I do. Thank you so much. How's your mother?
Oh, she's a little better, thank you, now that the weather's changed.
Oh, how nice. You know, darling, we really should use tea on our garden. This plant seems to thrive on it.
Shut up, darling.
Darling, are you scared stiff too?
Oh, no, I'm not scared of it. I'm not in the least. I just, I just hope that you'll sort of get on, that's all.
What happens if we don't?
Why shouldn't you?
Because all children hate their stepmothers.
She won't hate this one, darling.
But, you know, what'll I do with her? I mean, she's never been in England. She may not like London. She won't know anybody. And, well, darling, you know how awful people can be to young girls who don't know.
No, it's not really a very good photograph, darling. It was taken 2 years ago. She's not that unattractive. I mean, she's not a raving beauty.
You haven't been to America for 2 years. She could have turned into a nightmare.
Oh, darling. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. It's only my nerves.
I know, darling. Oh, Miss Gray. Oh, thank you.
Jimmy?
Yes, sir.
Darling, wish me luck.
Good luck, darling. Oh, Miss Gray, tell them to put the Canadian Corsair to the flat just after 7. We should be back by then if the plane's on time.
Yes. Oh, the tea was lovely, Miss Gray. It went down very well. Thank you, Lady Broadbent, and good luck.
Thank you, Miss Gray.
Jane left her bag in his car, and Jimmy's very worried it might be stolen in the night. Oh, thank you, darling. She's looking in Clarissa's book.
You know, I let Clarissa go to her first nightclub. Do you think she'll be all right?
Oh, I'm quite sure she will.
Marble Arch 5101, darling.
Marble Arch 5101. Thank you so much, darling. I am so sorry to be a bore, but the poor child was so tired that I packed her straight off to bed, and I promised I'd do it for her. Goodbye, darling. I knew it. She's suspicious.
How do you know?
Well, because she wasn't angry. That means she's interested. Now, what's that number?
Marble Arch 5101.
Clarissa's not in yet. She must be out with David Fenner. They're probably engaged by now.
Engaged in what?
No answer.
Did it ring? He's probably asleep.
Oh, Jimmy! Oh, darling. How are we to know if he's deliberately not answering?
Why not?
I can see him. I can see him now. Holding her away from the telephone. The strange, frightened little eyes gazing up into his.
All's a sort of wedding dance. You know, when a chief's daughter is getting married, it goes on for hours and hours. The whole tribe joins in at first until they get exhausted, and then finally the bride and the bridegroom are left dancing on their own. It's lovely to watch. Moonlight shining through the rubber trees and their bodies swaying to the rhythms. And the movements getting more and more interpreted. And then the music rising slowly to a climax, and then suddenly it sort of shudders into a silence. And then he picks her up and kisses her and carries her away to his tent.
Oh, Jane. I'd like to speak to Mr. Parkson alone.
Sheila...
Jane, please go to your room.
But Sheila,
Please, Jane. Mr. Parkson, I must ask you to leave. At once. If you refuse, I'm afraid I shall be forced to ask my husband to remove you.
I'm sorry, Lady Broadbent. I'm afraid I'm going to stay.
Very well. Jimmy! 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 Oh, dear! Jimmy!
I don't want the breakfast.
No, darling, something terrible's happened. I just caught David Parkson kissing Jane.
Has he been here all night?
No, he came back. I found them together in the dark.
What?
Yes, you must throw him out immediately.
Oh,
He won't be a moment.
Oh, thank you.
Not at all.
Daddy, I love him and he loves me.
How'd you know?
He just told me. Daddy. Well, look at them. They all dance like they're going for a walk, except that you're walking backwards. Well, that's not what dancing's for. I mean, when natives dance in Africa, it means something.
What does it mean?
Oh, they're making love.
Are they?
Oh, no, I don't mean literally. It's in the early stages. But they're warming up for it. Well, that's why they do it. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. They'd go out for a walk instead.
Oh, but darling, they're primitive.
Love is primitive.
I suppose you're right.
That's what I like about them. They're honest, and we're not. They know what dancing's for. And if it's not for that, well, it's not for anything.
Try double time. It's a paradiddle.
Paradiddle, that's it. That's it, yeah.
You know, you've got pretty good coordination.
Thank you very much. I'm always up here. It's when I get to the bass pedal that I get stuck.
It's simple. You do the parody.
Bum 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 bum. Ah yes, bum bum. Oh, hello, darling. This is my wife. I've forgotten your name.
Parkson, David Parkson.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Parkson. Oh, are you by any chance related to Mary Parkson? You know, darling, Harry Parkson's sister.
No. He's an American.
American?
Yes.
Oh, how wonderful. You must meet Jimmy's daughter. She's an American, too. Jane, darling. This is her first ball, and she enjoys dancing so much. I do hope you enjoy dancing.
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's wonderful, Jane, darling. This is David Parkson.
How do you do, Jane?
Oh, this tune drives me out of my mind.
Yes, let's mix it up a bit.
Yes.
I think we're supposed to dance.
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Oh, Jimmy. At last she's enjoying herself. Look at her, she's radiant.
Well, at least it doesn't look as though he's talking about a traffic jam.
American. Well, it's not Papa, so I guess it must be Mama.
Actually, it's just the other way around with me. My dad's American and my mom's Italian.
Nan, see if I can hear what you say. Oh, Jimmy, isn't this tremendous fun?
Are you ready?
I thought you said he wouldn't make a noise.
No, go back. I haven't started yet.
What are you laughing at?
No, go back. I haven't finished yet. One's got to warm up for a thing like this. Don't you understand I love you, you devil, you divinity, you woman? Let me smother you with kisses. Otherwise, I might go mad! Can't you see I love your innocent...
Daddy!
Hello. Frightened eyes.
I think it's high time you were in bed. Where's Sheila?
She's in the kitchen.
Hello, darling. We were just going to bed.
Oh, good.
Where have you been?
Out with David.
David Parkson?
Yes, he's coming up. He's gone back for my bag. I left it in the car.
One in the eye for Mabel.
But darling, if he rings, he'll wake up the maid.
No, he won't. He's got my key.
What's he coming for, darling?
To have a drink.
A drink? 5 o'clock in the morning?
Well, what else could I offer him?
What indeed?
Why don't you go to bed?
Why don't we all? Well, yeah, you and I.
Oh, yes.
Well, good night. Good night, Jane.
Good night, darling. Oh, Mr. Parkson.
May I come in?
Please do. How kind of you to bring Jane home.
Oh, that was the least I could do.
Have fun?
Yes, I've been showing Jane the hot spot.
How kind.
Yes, we danced and danced.
Did you, darling? How exciting.
Oh, I hope you didn't mind Jane and me leaving, but we couldn't see you anywhere.
Well, of course not. We completely forgotten about it, hadn't we, Jimmy?
Oh, yes, of course. We've completely forgotten about you. Jane, you know where the drinks are. David knows
Daddy.
a bit. I would like a sort of nap before the office, if you wouldn't mind.
Good night, Mr. Parkson.
Good night.
Good night, darling. Don't stay up too late.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
I hope she's not too angry with me.
Oh, don't mind them. Why don't you sit down? Have a drink?
Yes, I'd love one.
Well, knowing Daddy, I'd say there's everything here but water.
I'd love some water.
Would you really? Good. Oh, Sheila! Oh, what are you doing?
Looking for my earrings, darling.
Which ones?
The diamonds.
But you're wearing them.
Oh, really? Well, it must be the gold.
Well, can I help you, Lady Brockton?
No, please don't bother. I'm very happy looking for them.
Gold, you said?
Yes, I think so.
Would these be them?
Oh, no, they... Oh, yes. So extraordinary. I must have left them there this morning. I can't thank you enough.
Here's your water, David.
Oh, darling, I'm sure that Mr. Parkson doesn't want water.
Oh, but I do.
Well, don't you drink?
Well, very seldom.
Would you care for a cigarette, then?
I don't smoke.
Oh, David, would you be an angel? I think I left the tap on.
Oh.
go to bed. You're vulgar. You're so obvious.
But darling, he's not. He's sweet.
But you don't know him. I do. Oh, good. I'll get some biscuits.
Sheila, come along, for heaven's sake.
Coming, darling, coming. I was just seeing that Mr. Parkson had got everything that he wanted. Good night, Mr. Parkson.
Good night.
Has Sheila gone to bed yet?
Yes.
Good. Have a biscuit?
Thank you. Did you like all those nightclubs?
Yes. But I like this better, though.
Yes, so do I.
Because we're alone. Just you and I.
Again. David, this is Sheila. About your mother, darling.
Well, I'm afraid she's dead, actually.
Yes, I know, darling. That's why I'm so sorry about asking you to give her my love.
I'm afraid I can't, because she's dead.
I know, darling. That's why I'm so sorry. It was such a silly mistake to make.
Well, she couldn't help it, actually.
Jane, you talk to him.
Hello, David. Don't mind Sheila. She's all steamed up this morning.
I say, Jane, I was wondering if we couldn't dine together tonight. You know, just ourselves before the dance.
Oh, well, hold on. I'll ask Sheila. He wants me to dine alone with him.
Oh, no. That comes later. David, darling boy, this is Sheila again. I don't want to interfere, but wouldn't it be much more fun if we all dined together?
What, with me?
Oh, no. Of course not with Jimmy. Please say you will. It'll be such fun.
Yes, I'd love to.
Well, that's settled then. Let's say 8 o'clock at Quaglino's. Goodbye, David, dear. Well, I don't think he was too hurt about his mother after all.
Sheila, he must think you're cracked. You ought to see a psychoanalyst. You go around giving love to corpses on the telephone. Well, you're halfway around the bend.
Oh, I'm off. What's that Miss Graham at the table?
You, me, Jane, Mabel, Clarissa, David.
6. All right, see you tonight, darling. Bye-bye, Jane. Oh, and keep off David Fenner's mother as a topic, darling. Rosie died of boredom. Charlie Fenner killed her, and there's nothing we can do about it now.
David.
6. All right, see you tonight, darling. Bye-bye, Jane. Well, what are the orders for tonight?
Well, we're meeting Clarissa and Mabel at Quaglino's, all having dinner there, and then going on to Rhoda Gregson's dance.
Oh, you know, I haven't slept since Sunday night.
I know, my love, but you mustn't give in now.
I'll get Miss Gray to get a table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is Mabel bringing a young man?
Oh, I expect so.
6, are we?
No.
Good.
Darling, are you in a dreadful hurry?
Yes, matter of fact, I am.
Sit down. I've got to talk to you about Jane. I'm awfully upset about her.
Oh, what's wrong?
Well, you may not believe this, but I've been literally hanging on to that telephone for days.
I do. I got the bill this morning.
No, but darling, nobody will come. Nobody. I've been down Rhoda Gregson's list from A to Z, and not one single solitary man will come and have dinner tonight. Now, there must be something wrong with Jane.
Well, perhaps there's something wrong with Rhoda Gregson's list.
Oh, no, darling, it's Jane. She's no good with men. She doesn't know any, and she doesn't want to know any.
She's a wise girl.
Oh, darling, it isn't funny. Now, you've got to talk to her.
Talk to her? Why should I?
Terribly to make the whole thing a success, and now I've ruined you. It's all my fault. I've made such a terrible thing, and you're in love with a dreadful bounder. You've lost your reputation, and I don't care anymore. I mean it, Jimmy. I'll never telephone again. I don't care if it is Jane's ball tonight, and she hasn't got a young man to take her. I just don't care. I won't go to the ball. You'll have to take Jane by herself, and I will never telephone a young man again as long as I live. In the Bassington. That's why we've both decided you mustn't see him anymore.
You haven't, have you, Daddy?
Darling, we both have. It's for your own good.
But can't you understand that I love him? I love David, and David loves me, and I can't live without him.
Oh, darling, where's your handkerchief?
I haven't got one.
Here, have mine. Oh, stop crying, darling. You'll forget about him in a day or two. I know you will, and there'll soon be somebody else.
Oh, I won't. There won't be anyone else, ever.
Jane, there's something in what Sheila says.
Daddy!
Oh, there is, you know. You're meeting lots of people every evening, thanks to her. Well, for the sake of argument, look how you met David Parkson. Sheila introduced you at a ball. Wouldn't surprise me if Sheila got a nice young man for dinner tonight.
Oh, if Sheila had anything to do with it, it'd be another David Banner.
I won't have anything to do with it, so don't you worry, Jane. I've made such a mess of it terribly to make the whole thing.
Oh, David, darling boy. We thought you were never going to get here, didn't we, Clarissa?
Clarissa, what a lovely dress. Now, where did you buy that?
From a little woman in Pont Street.
Mum, she's the most enormous woman I've ever met.
Oh, David, you know Sheila, don't you? Yeah. Oh, no. She does. I introduce my wife, darling. This is David Fenner.
How do you do?
How do you do? I say I'm most frightfully sorry I'm late.
David came all the way from Windsor Barracks just to see Clarissa.
The traffic was appalling. Not too bad on the bypass, but I got completely blocked up in Staines. How well do you know Staines?
Not intimately.
It's a bottleneck.
Is it?
I nearly went by Slough, but Eton High Street can be simply beastly.
Can it?
Oh, yes. If you get a bus in front of you, you've had it till you get to Slough.
Fancy.
Of course, if you go by Datchet, you know it's even worse. No, the way I should have gone is by the Dorney Road. You turn right by Eton College Chapel, and then left just before you get to the lower chapel. Then you go 3 or 4 miles across Dorney Common until you come to the Great West Road, and then turn east. But then, of course, you've still got Slough ahead.
David! David, you don't know Jane, do you?
Yeah.
Jane, this is David Fenner.
Hello.
How do you...
Well, darling, in the afternoon, Clarissa simply cracked around the most exhausting. The only thing about it that made the private viewers look comparatively nice.
Sheila wouldn't let me have your band play at my ball tomorrow night. Are you playing somewhere else?
Well, yes, I'm playing at a private birthday party until 12. Your dad said you'd just come over.
Yes, this is my first ball.
Oh, how are you liking it?
Fine. Do you go to balls often?
Too often.
Don't you like them?
Well, I like this one.
What do you do in the daytime?
Sleep.
Don't you do any work?
Well, sure.
When?
Well, right now, actually. You see those drums?
Uh-huh.
Well, I play them.
Oh, how wonderful.
Oh, darling, we must ask him to dine tomorrow night and to take her to Susan Shelley's dance.
Do you play lots of dances?
Yes. We're booked 4 nights a week for the whole season.
Good.
But I'll be missing some because I'm going to Italy tomorrow.
Why?
I've got a great uncle there who's old and rather sick.
You won't be gone for long, will you?
I hope not.
I hope not, too.
I enjoyed the dance very much.
Oh,
So
Mr.
did
Watson,
I.
Would you
was
please
going to...
excuse me? I've got to go to work now.
Work?
Sheila aims to be a Portofino or Positano, I forget which. But the Bassingtons fell for it and invited him for the weekend. And that's when it happened.
What happened?
Well, they found Brenda passed out on the bed.
Who found her, Mabel?
Colonel Bassington, darling. He heard a noise, went down the passageway, threw open the door, and there she was. Don't tell me you haven't heard about poor Brenda Bassington.
Good heavens, is he the one?
Jimmy, you really are useless.
On the contrary, he said I had a damn fine sense of rhythm.
Excuse me, would you care to dance?
Do you know about him?
Well, I heard about it at the club. I didn't know it was him.
You seem to be the only one who doesn't know, darling.
No, what, Mabel?
Well, first of all, he's half Italian. And he plays... hell, my dear, he's a menace. Not one single girl in London is safe. Not one. Don't tell me you haven't heard about poor Brenda. What happened, Sheila, darling? Did that dreadful young man pick her up?
Oh, Mabel, don't be such a snob.
Snob? Because he's a drummer? I couldn't care less if he's in a band. It's when he's not in the band that I start worrying.
What do you mean?
Mean? You mean you don't know what... A whole flask of brandy. Well, anyway, in the long run... And then he came back with the nuts.
What?
Nuts!
Oh, I haven't heard about the nuts. Now then. No, darling. Now then, how the devil did he get here?
I don't know.
Well, you must have asked him.
No, I didn't.
Well, don't be silly, darling. He said, how nice of you to ask me, Lady Broadbent.
How could I have asked him in my sleep?
I hope not. What was all that crazy telephoning after breakfast?
David Fenner.
What, all the calls?
What do you mean all? There were only two. I rang him up and he rang up Jane.
Why?
Well, to ask her out for dinner.
Why did you ring him then?
To ask him out for dinner.
But after he'd asked Jane?
No, before Jimmy. You're going on exactly like a policeman. It's Fenner.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not. Did Sheila ring you up and ask you out to dinner?
Well, no. I rang Jane, actually.
Oh. Are you in love with her?
I don't know.
I do. You are.
Then why aren't you in
Down on the meeting, Commander.
Oh, I'd adore to. We'll be right back, darling.
Already.
Why don't you come then?
Well, I've not been asked.
No, Sheila wouldn't let me ask you.
Well, she asked me tonight. Or, wasn't there some mistake?
Well, I
thought so. I didn't think she knew my mother.
Oh, David, was that you?
Well, yes, what did you think it was?
I thought it was David.
What was all that confusion about somebody's mother? Now, think back, darling.
I don't want to.
That was the first call, wasn't it?
Suppose so.
Yes, but then think back.
Well, I asked him about his mother, said we'd always met as children by the sea. Asked if she still lived in the country. He said, yes, I sent her my love.
He said...
Sheila, he's a drip, and you know it.
Oh, darling, I'm sure he isn't when you get to know him.
No, I'm not risking it.
Well, did you like any of the boys that you danced with this evening?
No.
But you like dancing, don't you?
Oh, yes, but not with them.
Well, you mean they don't dance properly?
Oh, yes, they do. They couldn't dance more properly. That's exactly what's wrong.
Well, what do you mean, darling?
Yes.
Who did?
The fellow on the telephone. He said when you asked when the mother lived in the country, he said yes.
Did he?
Well, you just said so. Simply wonderful. Wonderful. What on earth? I see. What a beauty. Where did you find her?
I met her a few weeks ago.
I get if I was...
You all right? Isn't that David Fenner divine? Well, he did.
Well, all right, then it can't have been David Fenner, because David Fenner's mother dead, so it must have been him.
Who?
David Parkson.
You mean that David Fenner rang up on his own to invite
Of
Jane?
course. Where did you get the number in the first place?
From Mabel.
No, the money.
Oh, I see. You're a gigolo. Interesting. I always want to meet someone like you. I admire the hours you keep. I think it's an example to us all.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
What do you do then?
I played the drums.
The drum?
Mm-hmm. In the band. Well, not that one. My band goes on it too.
I see. But tell me, is it easy? I was going to be a drummer till my father shoved me in the back.
Oh, really?
Yes, I ran my own dance school. Large whiskey, please.
Sorry, sir, we're all out of whiskey.
Well, give me a brandy
I'm
soda.
afraid we don't have any of that either.
What's that?
Champagne, sir.
Give me that.
Very good. Oh, sorry.
If horses went to dances, they'd be in clover. They'd keep standing up. You a regular?
Well, yes, I guess you'd say I am.
What do you do it for, the fool?
Jimmy, you don't think she could have given me the wrong number by mistake, do you?
No, I don't. Not by mistake.
I hope your great-uncle got well again.
No, he died, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you very close?
Well, no, actually, I hardly knew him. He was 95 years old when he died.
David, it's no good.
How do you know? You know?
Oh, Sheila, that Lord St. Aspect chap's been looking for you.
Oh, I say, what a funny accent.
Funny?
Jane's mother's American. That's Jimmy's first wife.
Oh, you're Jane. I saw you with Clarissa on parade one afternoon.
You did?
I say, would you like to dance?
Oh, no, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
she adores dancing. She's mad about it, aren't you, darling?
Darling, you must be tired. I know how it is. I had to nurse Clarissa through her first ball.
Sheila, for heaven's sake, hurry up. They're playing a waltz. Couldn't think of doing a waltz without you. Are you going to Wimbledon this year?
I don't know, are you?
No. I went last year, though. I turned left over Chelsea Bridge, and it took me straight there along the Brighton Road.
Clarissa, darling, do. Hold yourself up.
I am, Mummy.
No, darling, a slouch.
Sorry, Mummy.
Well, it's no good being sorry if you don't do something about it.
Sorry, Mummy.
Now, look at Jane. All I can say is it's a good thing she's not coming out. She'd show you up in no time.
But she is. What? Well, Jane is coming out.
Me?
Yes.
Making my debut?
You see, well, darling, Jimmy and I thought that well, we didn't want to worry you till you got here.
But, darling, why on earth didn't you say so?
Well, you never gave me a chance, Mabel.
Oh, no, Sheila, it's out of the question. I'm absolutely no good at this sort of thing. I wouldn't even know what to do.
Believe me, you'll have a triumph. Oh, and it's so exciting, and it's such fun, Jane. And, you know, all the arrangements are made, and for your dance.
You're giving a dance for me?
Are you doing Goodwood races?
I don't know.
If you are, and you're going down from London, it's a good idea to go by Harting. It saves all that main road traffic on the Midhurst Road.
Thank you.
Not a bit. Oh. Hello. Oh. All right.
I hope you'll ask us when you do.
Well, naturally.
Oh, lovely. What date is it, darling?
Date? It's, you know, the 14th of July.
Well, that's all right. Everything's fine in Canada. Oh, hello, Clarissa. Ah, welcome, Jane. Did you get the pictures?
Oh, yes, they were terrific.
Good. You wait to see the trooping of the colour.
Of course we are. We borrowed Jimmy's mother's house.
I haven't had an invitation yet, darling.
They're not out yet. Oh.
David Fenner, Sardine.
Who's David Fenner?
Charlie Fenner's boy.
Who's Charlie Fenner?
He's old Lord Fenner's son.
Would you know him?
I see him at the club. Rumour has it he's twice as big a bore as Charlie, if such a thing is possible.
Darling, do come along and introduce me. Oh, because you're a man and you can tell her what the young men want.
My dear.
Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course you can. I'm sure they don't change that much.
No, you bet they don't.
Jimmy, then will you talk to her?
No, I will not.
Where did you get that dreadful young man's number?
At a ball, he gets me records from America.
I'm sorry, darling.
Now write this down and stop picking your nose. Oh, Mabel, darling, don't be silly. I was talking to Jane. You were too. What a strange coincidence. Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah. It's Marble Arch 5101.
Marble Arch 5101. Thank you so much, darling. See you.
Goodbye, darling. Well, I'd like to see her get David Fenner at that number.
Now, that number, did you write it down?
Mm-hmm. Here it is on the napkin.
Oh, Jane, really, what a place to put it. What is it?
Marble Arch 5101. Oh, please let him be dated.
Oh, nonsense, darling. He's enchanting.
Hello.
Hello, David. This is Sheila Broadbent. Now, tell me, dear boy, are you going to Rhoda Gregson's dance tonight? Because if so, please come with us. I'm sure you're flooded out with invitations, but do forget them all and come and dine with us. Oh, just a tiny party. My husband, Jimmy Broadbent, and Jane, and one or two friends.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to.
Will you really? Oh, how too wonderful for words. Well, let's say 8ish at Quaglina's. Oh, I shall look forward to it immensely. We'll have a lovely long talk about your mother. You know that we met as children by the sea? How is she, by the way?
Fine.
Still living in the country? Oh, how I envy her. Well, next time you're talking to her, do give her Sheila's love. Well, goodbye, David, dear, until 8. He's coming.
No, you don't say.
Darling, he's coming. David Fenner's coming.
Well done, darling. Bad luck, darling.
I'd rather go out with a road map.
Did you know he was Rosie Britt's boy?
Well, I assumed so. She was Lady Fenner, after all.
Why was? Are they divorced?
No, darling. Rosie died. She died in 1945.
Oh, Jimmy, no.
Yes, I'm afraid she did.
She can't have done. I've just sent her my love.
What, in a seance?
Oh, darling, this is serious. He said she was in the country.
Oh, well, perhaps she was buried there, darling.
But I've just sent her my love.
Well, there's no harm in that. Oh. Hello, yes?
Hello, sir. This is David Fenner. Could I speak to Jane, sir?
It's you, darling. David Fenner.
What? David Fenner? Let me speak to him. Oh, darling, you really are so selfish. Got to find a man for dinner tonight if it kills me. Why, no, I'll try David Fenner.
I thought he was Clarissa's private property.
What nonsense. He's very fond of Jane. I know he bores you to death, darling, but I can't help that.
On the contrary, he fascinates me. It's like talking to a signpost.
Good morning.
Oh, hello, Jane. Did you sleep well?
Very well, and you?
I dozed off during the Alka-Seltzer now and then.
Good morning, Sheila.
Morning, darling.
Well, I now have to get dressed.
Oh, Jimmy, it's Tails.
What, for the office?
No, darling, for tonight.
No, of course.
Darling, have you got David Fenner's telephone number?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, I'll call Mabel. I'm sure she'll have it. Let me see. Cardiff, cheese, right, crisp. Oh, dear, I've jumped one.
Sheila, I don't want David Fenner for a dancing partner.
Nonsense, darling, he's divine. Here we are, Westminster 7381. You know, we really must write that down.
Well, you just won't have a partner, that's all.
And I'd rather that than go on asking David Fenner until he can't stand the sight of me.
Hello, Mabel.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Sort of in a green dress, fair haired.
What, that pretty creature? Isn't nature wonderful? As far as I could tell, she was completely clean-shaven.
Darling, she's only 17.
Oh, but she takes after her father.
Oh, Jimmy, what are we to do?
Fill up your glass, old girl.
Dear, he is good looking, isn't he?
Who?
David Parkson.
Well, I suppose so, if you like that type of man.
Well, naturally I do. I mean, he's every woman's type. Tall, dark, lean, handsome, broad-shouldered. I mean, what more can anyone want?
Well, nothing. I hope.
What's the time?
5 o'clock.
Jimmy, how long does it take a native dancer to get warmed up?
Well, I wouldn't know. Depends on the time of day, I shouldn't wonder.
No, I don't mean that kind of warming up.
No, I don't mean that either. Well, it depends who he's dancing with.
Do you think he'll take her back to his tent?
To his what?
Flat.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. It has happened, you know.
Jimmy, we must call him up.
Oh, well, then why not?
What will I say?
Well, ask to speak to Jane.
Oh, what a good idea. What's his number?
I don't know.
Well, I don't either.
Well, ring Mabel. She gave it to you in the first place.
Oh, I couldn't do that, darling.
Why not?
Well, she's the biggest gossip ever born.
Well, you've got to take the risk.
Risk it is a certainty.
Gossip's better than the other thing.
Jimmy, don't!
Look, it's...
Mr. and Mrs. Walter Carr and Miss Ellen Carr.
But how nice of you to come. I'm so
Lord and Lady Broadbent and Miss Jane Broadbent.
Oh, Zoe, how sweet.
But how nice of you to come.
Linda, how heavenly you look. A lovely girl. Do you know Jane?
Hello.
What a lovely party. Absolutely beautiful. Oh,
Well, Mrs. Milligan's done us proud.
hasn't she? What about her husband?
What about him?
Well, darling, he wasn't there.
Well, perhaps she hasn't got one.
Oh, darling, we just shook hands with the daughter.
That's no proof she's got a husband.
Oh, Jimmy.
Perhaps he's dead.
Hey, darling, are you in? Oh, Jimmy, see if she's in her room. Jane?
He's not in.
Darling, what are we going to do?
What can we do? Wait, I suppose.
Oh, Jimmy, you're no help at all.
Let's have a drink.
Do you think we should?
Why the devil not?
Well, Jane.
Well, it doesn't make any difference to Jane how much we drink. It's what she drinks that matters.
Jimmy? Jimmy, how much drink would make her...
What, make her drunk?
Well, yes.
That's how strong her head is. There's no letting your imagination run away with you.
And Lady Broadbent off and on?
No, she's gone to bed now. You know, I've only been to one once before on my birthday.
Nightclubs?
Yes. You've been to lots, though, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Thousands?
Well, I hope not.
Well, hundreds then?
Probably.
With, lots of girls?
No, just one.
With, one girl lots of times? Or, lots of girls just once?
Well, let's just say not one girl lots of times.
Did, you ever take Brenda Bassington out to a nightclub?
Yes.
How many times?
I can't remember. Once, twice.
Would you like some more water? I know I'd love some milk.
All right.
Daddy, what are you doing?
What? Oh, hello. I was feeling she was bottle.
Well, here, let me do it. You talk to David, huh?
Yeah, hello, David.
Hello, sir.
No, don't get up. Well, how's Jane as a dancing partner?
Very good.
And that conversation?
Sweet.
Was she sweet to you?
Yes, rather.
Good. I hope you've been sweet to her.
I won't.
Well, that's a pity. I say it's a pity because I thought we might have invited the Duke of Positano.
Are you mad? He's 95 years old.
No, darling, not the old man. He popped off last month. No, I meant the heir. I've just been reading about him in the newspaper. It says he works in London and he's 23 years old.
How do you know him?
Well, I've been in contact with him recently, a business discussion.
What's he like?
Well, he's not a bad young fellow in his way.
Well, we probably couldn't find his telephone number anyway.
His number? Oh, I think I might have it in my diary. I haven't got my glasses. Jane?
Oh, what wonderful things to photograph here. I'm going to have a field day with my camera.
There's one thing you mustn't miss. The changing of the guards. It's so colourful and we'll be just in time. Mummy, can't we stop off at Whitehall? Oh, Daddy, can we?
I've got that call.
Well, I'll get out with Jane and we can walk there.
Oh, it's a good idea. Edwards, pull up and let the girls out.
Well, don't get kicked, darling.
Oh, Mummy. And do be careful crossing the road.
Hey, don't be too long, darling. Come
I'll
back
wait
soon.
for your chillers, darling.
Oh, it was sweet of you, Clarissa.
Sweet of you, it gave me an excuse.
What for?
You see that officer?
Which one?
The one in the red uniform.
What's he, Montgomery or something?
He's called David Fenner.
What's his story?
I'm in love with him.
Well, he looks great from here. Is he in love with you?
I don't know. Do you think he can see us?
No, not unless he's got a periscope.
Well, I'll see him at the ball tonight. her some scenes.
Okay.
Once a year there's a debutante's ball which is called Queen Charlotte's Ball. And all the debutantes are dressed in white, and it's great fun, and they curtsy and...
You mean you go dancing every night?
Yes, nearly.
Why?
Well, it's the season.
You keep telling me it's the season. What is the season exactly?
The London season. Mothers launch their daughters when they're 17.
Launch them? You mean break a bottle over them?
No, not exactly. It's called coming out. The mothers do it. They give a...
What about the fathers?
They just pay.
For what?
For balls. Each mother gives a ball for her own daughter so that her own daughter can be asked to all the other mothers' balls.
What do you do then? Sleep all day?
Oh, no, it goes on in the daytime, too. There's Ascot and Wimbledon and Goodwood and the presentation parties to the Queen. This year, at least, this is the last year.
Why?
Because the Queen's decided that it's out of...
Yes, I hope so, too.
Oh, you shouldn't have taken her away alone like that. You know, poor Sheila nearly had a fit. She thought, well, you know what she thought.
Yes, I can imagine it.
You can't imagine it nearly as vividly as she can.
Here, Daddy, the water's boiling.
Oh, good.
You'd better run off to bed now or Sheila will be screaming for you.
Oh, yes, all right. Well, good night, and, don't get up.
I guess I ought to be going.
Oh, no, there's no need to. I'm not the least bit sleepy yet. Are you?
Well, no, not really.
Good. Oh, that can't be very comfortable. Why don't we sit here on the couch? It's lovely.
All right.
Well, what would you like to do now?
What would you?
I don't know. Yes, I do. I'd like to kiss you.
Why?
Because I like you.
Oh. Do you kiss everybody you like?
Well, I don't like anybody except you, and there couldn't be a better reason than that, could there?
Oh, no, I suppose not.
Well, then, can I?
Well, yes, if you want to.
Oh, I do want to. Did I do it all right?
Yes, very nicely.
Not so bad, considering it was for the first time.
No, not so bad at all.
But you weren't very good, were you?
Wasn't I? I'm sorry.
No, you didn't seem to have your heart in it. Perhaps you didn't when we started.
No, not when we started, no.
But you were getting better towards the end. Shall we try again?
Yes, please.
Oh, David, is that how you kiss Brenda?
Jane, Sheila thinks, no, don't get up. Sheila thinks you ought to go to bed.
Oh, she's a nuisance.
Yes, I know.
I think I better be going.
Good night, David.
Good night, Jane. Good night, sir.
Good night, David.
You like him, don't you, Daddy?
Yes, I like him.
But Sheila doesn't, does she?
No, I'm afraid not.
Why's she got to be so English? She's a drunk.
Let's see, what's this number?
1.
Ah, yes, that's it. There we are.
You're being so brave. We only want you to be happy, don't we, Jimmy?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello? Hello, is the Duke of Positano in by any chance? Oh, good morning. My name's Sheila Broadbent. I don't think you know me, but my husband, Jimmy Broadbent, tells me that you've met on business. Oh, he sounds heavenly. I know this is the most awful cheek of me to ask you at this late hour, but I was wondering if you'd come and dine tonight for our ball. Oh, you are? Oh, poor you. Well, if you're working so late, couldn't you come and join us later at the ball? You could? Oh, that's marvelous. The ball's for Jimmy's daughter Jane. She's just come out this year.
The Earl and Countess Raven, Lady Rosemary Ealing and Lady Patricia Ealing,
evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Mr. John Hopgood, Member of Parliament. Mrs. Hopgood.
How are you?
Nothing regards.
Sir John and Lady
Good
Manson.
evening.
And Mr. Clarence Manson.
Jimmy, you won't believe it, but David Parkson's here.
No.
Good evening. How dare he crash this ball? Throw him out at once.
Hello. It's disgraceful.
How do you do? Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Lady Claremont, Miss Clarissa Claremont, and Mr. David Fenner.
What a lovely party.
To absent friends. To Jane, the doctor. But how old Harold Gregson ever married Rhoda beats me.
She owns half Yorkshire.
Well, I'd rather settle for the other half. I thought she looked like Groucho Marx tonight, except her moustache was darker. Which was the Gregson girl?
What a good idea.
Cricket, you see, is a game which consists of a team of 11 players. One team is batting and one team is fielding. There are 2 batsmen in the batting team on the field at the same time. If it's hit by one of the batsmen.
Darling, I'm so worried about her.
I think she's doing pretty well.
Oh, Jimmy, really?
It's all right to me.
Oh. Why is it that men never notice anything?
What is it to notice?
Nothing if you spend the entire evening in the bar.
What bar?
Well, I do think you might at least have had the grace to introduce her to a few nice young men.
I don't know any. Potato salad?
Well, a few nice old men then.
They don't exist. Anyway, all my friends are middle-aged and don't like dancing. I've taken her around 3 times. I'll give me that at least.
Jimmy?
What?
Jimmy?
Yes?
Who's that? Who's that?
David Fenner, Sardine.
Who's David Fenner?
Charlie Fenner's boy.
Who's Charlie Fenner?
He's old Lord Fenner's son.
Would you know him?
I see him at the club. Rumour has it he's twice as big a bore as Charlie. You don't ring up Mabel, I will.
Oh, no, it would sound much too important coming from you. I know, I'll call her up and ask her around for drinks tomorrow.
What, at 5 o'clock in the morning?
No, 7.
No, darling, it's 5 o'clock now. It's hardly time to issue invitations.
Darling, give me that glass.
Give it a chance. I bet she snores.
Hello? Hello, Mabel, darling. This is Sheila. Sheila Broadbent, did I wake you?
Oh, what is it, darling? Are you on fire?
Darling, would you give me David Parkson's telephone number?
Oh, but darling, I've already given it to you.
Yes, I know you did, but I've mislaid it. No, darling. It's just that,
So nice of you to ask me tonight, Lady Broadbent.
It's so nice of you to come, Mike.
Well, you know Mabel Claremont and her daughter Clarissa, and you've met Jane, and this is David Fenner.
Hello, David.
Hello.
Oh, you two know each other.
Yes, we met one weekend in the country.
At the, Bassingtons, actually.
At the Bassington. Drink. Well, I'm sure we could all do with one. Clarissa, darling.
Yeah.
Jane. Mabel. David, darling.
Thank you.
Mr. Parkson.
No, thank you. Won't you call me David?
But I really don't know you very well.
But you've already made me feel at home.
I thought your band was playing at the ball tonight.
Yes, that's right.
Poor you, you'd much rather be dancing, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
What sort of dancing do you like best? Very modern?
Well, yes, I guess so, but you mustn't call it modern. It's actually much older than the other kind. You see a great deal of that out in Africa.
How interesting. Have you been there?
Yes, I went out to study native music.
What kind of dances do they do?
Primitive, but beautiful. The loveliest of...
Yes, it is. I was just wondering if you've got a young man for dinner tonight. Oh, I see, darling. Oh, yes, aren't they difficult to get? I just wondered for the numbers. Oh, Mabel, darling, by the way, you don't happen to have David Fenner's telephone number.
Jimmy rather wanted him on business.
Oh, I see, darling. Clarissa, go and see if you can get David Fenner's number in your book.
Oh, Mabel, that's too kind of you. Clarissa's looking in her book. Yes, wasn't it too lovely? What? Did you really? How sweet of you. I simply must tell her at once. She'll be too thrilled. Mabel said you looked too wonderful for words last night. She's thrilled. Now, what about Clarissa? Did she like it? Oh, I'm so glad. You know, I do think she's very sensible not dancing all the time. Her shoe. Oh, yes, I see. Darling, I've been meaning to ask you, who was David Fenner's mother? Rosie Britt? No, how too extraordinary. Do you know we always met at the sea as children? Mabel, darling, now has Clarissa found...
Oh, come along, Clarissa. Sheila's waiting. Just a minute, darling.
Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Lady Broadbent and Miss Jane Broadbent, Sir Andrew Penderleith, Sir John Manson and Miss Jane Miller, the Honourable Miss Susan Milton, Lady Penderleith and Miss Hilda
My biggest problem was deciding at Scotch Corner whether to go buy new
Young Countess Hollywood, Lady Ursula Gribble Harley, Lady White Harley.
Oi!
Lady Broadbent and Miss Jane Broadbent, Lieutenant General Sinister, Lady Sinister, and Miss Musk Sinister.
Oh.
What is it, my darling?
My poached egg.
What's the matter with it?
I don't like the way it's looking at me. I think it thinks I'm bad.
Well, drink your orange juice.
Oh, must I? It lowers my morale.
Oh, darling, have some coffee.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I say, you look marvellous. I don't know how you do it, considering we didn't get in till 3.
Darling, what were you drinking last night?
Everything I could lay my hands on. Champagne, whiskey, cigarette ash, lipstick, lemonade.
Well, why didn't you stick to one thing or the other?
Well, the thing I was sticking to ran out, so I went over to the other, and that ran out, so I had to scavenge around among the empty.
Oh, don't.
Well, I'm sorry, darling, you asked me.
Well, now, we're not going to let that happen at our ball.
It's bound to if I'm going to keep awake.
Oh, darling, heart, I don't mean you. I mean, we must lay in an adequate supply of drink.
I have. I've laid on everything from vodka down to hashish cigarettes. I'm aiming at complete unconsciousness.
Oh, Jimmy, isn't it exciting? You realize it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Jane's ball.
I doubt I live to see it.
Oh, don't be silly, darling.
Silly? I'm not being silly. This racket's killing me. I'm nothing but a walking ulcer in full evening dress. And for what, may I ask?
For Jane.
Oh.
No, Jane, darling. Oh, Mabel. Well, she is, darling. To tell you the truth, I'm a tiny bit tiddly, and I forgot she was in for a moment. What do you mean she isn't me? David Fenner just brought Clarissa home and told Mabel that he'd seen Jane and David Parkson in a nightclub called Zizzy's.
Sheila! Sheila, come here!
What are they doing?
Giving her a cigarette. No, it's all right. It's an open car.
Well, what difference does that make?
Well, they're very drafty.
Jimmy, if she brings him up here for a drink, she'll know we've been waiting up for her.
Well, so we have.
But, darling, she mustn't. Psychologically, it's wrong to let her see we're worried. You see, even if she isn't interested in David Parkson, she thinks we'd be against it. If she was, she will be.
If she wants, she will.
No, darling, she mustn't know, but we must wait up for her. Do you see? No, darling, don't be so silly. In the kitchen, then we're we're wanted.
Well, we won't be wanted. If it's all above board, we won't be wanted. And if it isn't, we won't be wanted either.
Well, of course course we will if he assaults her, and I'll go in the kitchen.
The kitchen?
To see if you can hear me.
I can hear you from here.
Oh, Jimmy, darling, do try and understand. We're hiding in the kitchen. We have to know what's going on. Now, run along. Jimmy?
Yes?
Shut the door.
I can hear you better with it open.
Shut the door!
Yes, darling.
Don't take your hands off me. How dare you? You beast!
Darling, what's the matter? Darling, what's the matter?
You beast! Did you hear me?
Yes, of course I heard you.
That's marvelous. Now, the minute we hear her key in the lock, we'll switch the lights off in here and run in there. Now, do you understand?
Yes, but you may not make a fuss.
Oh, of course you would.
Well, perhaps you'll gag her with a handkerchief.
Oh, where? In the street?
No, here.
Oh, I think we'd hear that all right.
I doubt it. Handkerchiefs don't make much noise.
Well, I mean, he'd say something as he tied it on.
Only in an undertone.
Well, how do you know?
Because his passions are aroused.
Oh, well, he'd make a noise.
No, not that kind of passion.
Well, I tell you what, you make some passion noises, and I'll nip in there and see if I can hear what you say. Oh, Jimmy, isn't this...
Claremont and Mr. David Feather.
What a lovely party, darling. I hope we're not too late.
Not at all, darling.
We got stuck in the most dreadful traffic jam.
Yes, but David found the most marvellous shortcut from Hurlingham. He turned left at the Boltons, and then right again into Old Brompton Road, and we missed Sloane Street completely. It was a marvellous idea.
Oh, but darling, it was your idea, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't.
Mr. and Mrs. Pembry and Mrs. Coltell.
Well, how nice of you to come.
Nice of you to ask.
Evening.
Good evening,
Hello, how are you?
So nice of you to have
His Grace, the Duke Positano.
Good evening, Lady Broadman. So nice of you to invite me tonight. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, David.
Jimmy?
Later, darling.
Now to our Duchess of Drayton and Mr. Budley Harbour. Lord and Lady Broadbent and Miss Jane Broadbent. Mr. and Mrs. Cookson and the Mrs. Cookson.
Sheila Broadbent. Tell me, darling, I'm sure you're terribly busy, but a few of us are giving a party, and I'd be so lovely if you can come. I know you've got...
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I have another engagement.
Oh, I see, darling. Some other time.
Lord and Lady Broadbent and Miss Jane Broadbent.
You'd think the old left-hand drive would sort of get you down a bit at first, but it doesn't.
Any brandy there?
Borrow. Cyclists at night.
How's the scotch holding up?
Sorry. Absolutely nothing to it. And you know, I got caught in a traffic block at Hyde Park Corner the other day for 14.5 minutes. Well, I mean...
Did he propose to you?
Yes, among a lot of other things.
And you turned him down?
But what do you think? Sheila, what happened to David Parkson last night?
I'm afraid your father had to throw him out.
Didn't.
Jane, what else could he do? He wouldn't go.
But I love him and...
And he loves me. He doesn't, darling. He's just a philanderer. He wants to wear you in his buttonhole until you wilt, and then you'll be thrown away like bread.
Good morning, Daddy.
Morning, darling. Sleep well? Hello, Joe.
Oh, it's you. Oh, Lord.
I brought you these.
What for?
Well, to give to you, of course.
Oh.
Oh, Jane, he wants to ask you something and he's in a hurry. He's on duty at 10.
Jane, darling.
David, go away. Your hands are cold. What do you think you're doing here at this hour in the morning?
Now then, what's the matter?
This young man refuses to leave.
I see.
Will you please remove him?
You better go, my dear. This may not be very pretty to watch.
Ooh.
All right, Miss Gray, how many more?
Only these. The rest can wait until tomorrow.
Good. What time's the New York plane get in?
5:55.
And it takes 40 minutes to get to the airport. Well, we'll give that call from Canada 5 more minutes, and then you better...
Hello. Oh, thank you. It's Lady Broadbent. She's on her way up.
Good.
Do you think she'd like a cup of tea?
I'm sure she would.
Bassington was standing in the doorway accusing me of playing fast and loose with Brenda.
What did you do?
I packed and drove straight back to London.
And do you realize that Mabel knew about your escapade last night and that Jane's reputation would be the same as Brenda Bassington's?
Oh, well, that doesn't matter, sir, because we're getting married.
Are you?
Well, yes, sir. With your permission.
My permission? I'm a married man. My wife and I make joint decisions.
Then tell her about Brenda Bassington.
She wouldn't believe it.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, then.
Well, that's nothing to do with it. Truth doesn't mean the same to a woman as it does to a man. To them, it's what they want to believe, regardless of the facts.
Oh, listen to him. He adored it.
Adored it? It was undiluted hell. All right for you women, but for a man... You try it, Mabel. Try going to work at 9 o'clock with an almighty hangover and then coming back at 6:30 and putting on a straitjacket again. Try going to bed when everybody else is getting up and then try getting up with both your eyes so sealed that... Well, as a matter of fact, let's try getting up. Hello? Hold on. It's that Canadian call. I'll take it in the other room.
Well, you know, darling, we got invitations for every single night of the season except one, July the 14th. You know, I'm terribly glad that Clarissa's decided to do it. I do feel that there's sort of a stamp attached if you don't. I'm terribly sorry, darling. I forgot.
Hello. Hello. Get your picture?
Yes, it was wonderful. Oh, what a lovely room.
Thank you.
At the present moment, my wife's dearest wish is to believe that David Fenner's perfect and can do no wrong. Nothing you and I can do can make her change her mind.
Well, we'll make her change her mind, then.
I don't know. But her prestige is at stake. She must be allowed to do it on her own, somehow. Look, you push off and I'll think about it.
Thank you very much,
Not a bit. We'd better make another show.
No!
Sir, if I think of anything, might call you. I don't think you realize it.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Miss Jane, please.
I'm afraid there's no one up yet, sir.
Then I'll wait.
Can't be her.
It is.
She's beautiful.
Are you sure you have everything?
Yes, everything is...
Jane?
Hello, Dad.
Jane, darling, you look wonderful. What's happened?
Old age, I guess. How are you?
Fine. Jane, darling, this is Sheila.
Why, you're beautiful.
Well, is there any reason why she shouldn't be?
You look terrible on those wedding pictures. But you are lovely.
Oh, come on. Oh, darling. I didn't frighten you, did I?
No, I thought it was Miss Gray.
Oh, well, I'm not late, am I, Miss Gray?
No, you're not late. You're early for a change. Come and sit down. Miss Gray is getting you a cup of tea.
Oh, don't.
No, we don't have to go till 5. I've got a call coming through from Canada. At least I hope it is.
Important? You looked worried when I came in.
Yeah, there was a bit.
You do?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid
You'll be sorry if you started.
Now, look here, young fellow.
Yes, I'm looking, Broadbent.
If you don't get out of here in 2 minutes, I'll chuck you out.
You just try it.
All right.
Jimmy? Jimmy, are you all right?
All right, darling. Don't worry. I'll put him out as soon as he comes to. That gives us 2 minutes. Now, are you in love with Jane?
Yes.
Do you want to marry her?
Yes, I do, sir.
So much for the future. Pretty rosy if it wasn't for the past. What about that lost weekend when brandy flowed like water and poor Brenda Bassington's morale was cracking with the nuts? That wasn't a very pretty story.
Not a very true one either.
Wasn't it?
No, I suppose I should tell you.
I think you better.
Well, on that Sunday night, we'd all gone to sleep. I was reading in my room when Brenda Bassington came rushing in saying that David Fenner had attacked her in her room.
But why did she come to you? David Fenner?
Yes, sir.
Well, why did she come to your room?
Well, because I was next door and she was frightened. But anyway, she started crying.
So you gave her the brandy?
Yes, that's right. And it worked wonders. Well, then she said she was hungry.
So you came up with a plate of nuts?
Yes. Who told you all
Never
this?
mind. Go on.
Well, anyway, when I got back, the brandy flask was lying empty on the floor and Brenda Bassington on my bed.
Not empty?
No. Well, I suppose I must have made some sort of noise.
Lie down.
I beg your pardon?
Lie down! Carry on.
Jane?